Working class beer reviews. It's looking at Founder's Dirty Bastard Scotch Style Ale. Founders is based out of Comstock, Michigan, I think. Let's see. Cedar Rapids, Michigan. There we go. I'm thinking of Bell's, I think is out of Comstock, if I'm correct. Pry off, as most craft beers are. Founders is a big craft beer company and very popular. Dug out one of my little jugs glasses. This is this little, like, I could use for a Belgian style beer. So, figured it'd work pretty good for this. Give it a good pour, open it up. Had someone recently comment in the comments, learn how to pour, man. I don't know how many times I've heard some of these reviewers, people think they just know better. They don't. They feel like you pour like you would when you go to a bar and you get a draft beer and you want as much beer as possible because you're paying good hard-earned money. But when you're at home and you're pouring into your own glass, that foam turns right back to beer. So, you know, feel free to say whatever you want, but you're wrong. So, Scotch style ale, rich caramel notes, malty sweetness, where the classics never go out of style and new legends arise. Venture series. It says on the web, or when I looked on the internet, it says year round. 50 IBUs, 8.5% alcohol, debuted around 2002. So that was, you know, in the heat of the boom of the craft beer as things were really starting to take off. You know, by the 2010s was the IPA craze. So this is pre-IPA craze. Got a little. I'm gonna save that for later. So let's see what we got here. It's a little chilly this morning. It's still in the upper 30s out here. I was going to do it out back in my backyard, but there's some neighbors that had some kids out there. They're having a good time. I didn't want that being picked up in the video, but I didn't want to, deter them from having a good time. So it's a copper, very rusty copper looking, and it's pretty hazy actually. It seems. Can't really see through it, although I'm not in direct sunlight. But yeah, it's kind of cloudy. With a tan head, it's holding really well. I feel like this glass, I dug this out of the storage since our kitchen's still not done. You know, we're working on getting the cabinets installed here soon, but we gotta get some electrical done first. Tan khaki style head, and yeah, it looks really very well presented. 8.5 is pretty strong. For an ale, it's not such a big deal, but still, if you were to try to pound these, they'd probably get to you. Maybe not as fast as a lager would, just the way they metabolize. So you can see that jugs label, maybe, I don't know. That's a local liquor store that gave me this glass. Pretty cool though. Liquor and microbrew. They have a huge selection. That's probably the biggest selection in town. Between that and Macadoodles are two really wide selections. You can get a lot of different stuff. So I can't complain about never getting enough types of beer. Maybe not so much domestics, but as far as like craft and imports, yeah, there's a bunch. So let's get a smell. Ooh, sweet, malty. 50 IBUs is like a pretty. It's like an in the lower end of IPA range, but that's not to make this a hoppy beer. It's because 8.5. It's going to be so malty and still so sweet, but it needs that hoppiness to counterbalance it, so it's not just like sugary sweet. You're going to need that to work with it. Yeah, but that's what you smell, like sweet malt, caramel, kind of nut. I don't know, like a hazelnut maybe, something. It smells good. It smells great. So hazy, rusty red. It's got cold out here. I wish I could have done that out in the sun. The sun's like super bright actually, and in the backyard I was right in the sunlight. It would have been great. So let's see what we can get. But let's take a sip. Yeah, tastes like what you would think of it. Very, very malty, sweet. It almost tastes like it has oats in it, but it didn't say anything about oats. It just said malts, and two different kinds of varieties of hops I saw. halibut and something else that I couldn't remember. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't think about it. One of these days, we'll just give me another tablet and I'll just have it to read so I can look on the websites and everything. Founders is very highly regarded. They make a lot of like stouts and stuff like that and different types of ales. I mean, they make everything. They make IPAs. I think they're the ones that make that all-day IPA, the session IPA. That's real popular. I've seen it at Walmart. I've seen it at gas stations and stuff like that. So, but this is definitely not light. This is heavy. Even the mouthfeel. It's a medium mouthfeel. It's not super sticky. Surprisingly, you'd think it would be. Yeah, it's kind of got a nutty flavor to it. Yeah, like a pecan or a hazelnut type thing. It doesn't have that in there. It's just something what I'm getting from it. Honestly, one of these things you could probably let it warm up a little bit and you get even better character out of it. 8.5%. You could definitely cellar this, with it not being known for its hoppiness. You can age it and drink it a few years down the road and it'd probably be great. It still tastes wonderful. It'd probably actually mellow out a little bit. That's usually what aging does, is it kind of mellows out. And sometimes, if it's meant to be like an IPA, it'll lose its hoppiness. If you age like a strong, like a double or triple IPA, it'll actually lose that hoppiness and lend more itself to the maltier side of things. So there's nothing wrong with that, though. That's by design, honestly. It's just most people want it fresh so you can get that blast of piney or citrus hoppiness. But you're not getting this. You're getting a blast of sweet malt, but not like sweet like you're getting like some flavored malt liquor or anything like that. Definitely a sipper. Something on a cold day like this. If you're sitting by a fire, it'd be awesome. Sitting by a space heater in your house, it'd be great. Yeah, I really like it. I bought the 6-pack. It was probably, around the $10 range, which is the going rate for a craft beer, especially a real well-founded one like this. It is cold out here. Ugh. I'm not much of a cold weather fan. I tolerate it if I have to, but it's not my choice. I'd much rather be in the heat. I'll take 90 some degrees, even close to 100 all day. It doesn't bother me. I grew up with it here in Missouri. Humidity. They say we get all 4 seasons. We've actually had a very mild winter. This is like still in the first half of January, but a week or so ago, it was like 70 degrees. So, which is unseasonably warm. And then like a few days from now, it's like high 45 today. But is my cat in the window? Yeah, you might see my cat. It's like, well, Aubrey's cat in the window there. He's just wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, it's supposed to be like in the 60s in a couple days. So I'll take it. It's fine. But yeah, this is really good. Founders, I've never reviewed it. I need to review it. I'll see if I can clip that one out and make it short out of it. It's good. That tasted good too. Normally these beers aren't that carbonated, but it got me. And I'm here for it. Usually strong ales aren't highly carbonated like a lager. They're not as effervescent because they're just a little heavier, Yeah, I had the breakfast stout. Haven't reviewed it. I don't know if I've done the all day IPA or not. I'll have to go back and look. I'm getting to the point where some things I'm far enough removed from the review that I don't recall if I've done it or not. I don't do like online reviews like with Rate Beer or Tapped In or anything like that. I know they make all sorts of different ones. I don't have access to all those, but if you live in the actual northern Midwest around Michigan, I'm sure you can get stuff like this probably on tap. They may, I'm sure this brewery, if it's not a restaurant established brewery, they probably have a brew house, maybe a small like restaurant attached to the brewery where you get to sample and try all their different types of beers. Maybe you can get in growlers and take them home. You get fresh draft beer that way. But I do like the founders that I have tried. I do like them. Sometimes I get this beer mixed up with the Stone Arrogant Bastard. And I used to be able to get, when I lived in Sedalia, there was a liquor store that had these bomber bottles. I don't even know, I don't think they were 750, but they were bigger than 500 milliliter. I don't know what they were. Maybe they were 500 milliliter. I can't remember. But I used to be able to get those for like $3 or something like that. I don't know why. They seemed cheap for what they were. And they were high ABV, like a 9 to 12, something in there. But it wasn't like the regular. It seems like it was a step up. There's something about it. And they were good. I wish I could still get a hold of those. Stone, did Stone sell out or did Stone close? It seemed like I heard some news about Stone Brewery. I think they're out of California. Anybody in the comments that's willing to listen this far, let me know. I appreciate that. I think they're closed. But yeah, it was very similar to this though. Finish that. Let me see if we can get. There we go. Wash out the bottom of the bottle there. Yes. I highly recommend this if you like ales. If you're a Bud Light fan, you're probably not gonna like this. Or any sort of light beer fan. This is going to be very overpowering and strong, possibly. But if you're willing to venture into the strong ales and stuff like that, yeah, I highly recommend this. Look at that. Yeah. See, it's already starting to settle. And I bet they're probably got some bottle conditioning going on there. Little schmutz at the bottom of the bottle. If you have any experience with this beer or any of Founders beers, if you're a fan of Founders, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. Let's see if we can get it. It still smells the same. Delicious. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I appreciate your support always. And if you have any suggestions, if anything about my videos that I think that you think I need to do differently, I'm not to the point where I'm going to have to start editing and do all that, because I mean, unless I just really gain traction. But this is a hobby. This isn't my job. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to gain popularity. But if something were to catch fire and I could capitalize on it, then I would do it. So anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments if you got any suggestions for me. If you want to email me, it's jeepingfoodie, all one word, at yahoo.com. JEEPINGFOODIE at yahoo.com. You're welcome to email me with any suggestions, complaints, gripes, compliments, whatever the case may be. I'll take it. And I will see you guys later.